So if somebody even attacks us,
Mhm.
but I don't really fear because I feel maybe
Good.
no pain. So sometimes I feel, oh, judo is very powerful in
Right.
Budo.
Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist from Vitagenics. And today I want to speak to you about martial arts for health. And in particular, I want you to hear my 15-year-old daughter talk about her experience and give you her opinion. But before that, I'm just going to lay out some things and again expressing my opinion and the benefits, especially with regard to judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So there's a couple of things. Of course, any martial art is really good. Any activity is really good, right? So, I mean, movement is good for health. Humans are meant to move. It's natural for us. But when you get into some kind of martial art, any kind, not only judo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you're more likely to develop more discipline, some respect, etiquette, social skills, and of course it depends largely on the dojo or the school that you're going to. But generally speaking, there's a good chance that you'll pick up these things in addition to the movement, the exercise that you're getting. Right? So now judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they have some distinct advantages that I feel, especially for children. And one of these things is exposing them and giving them experience to physical contact. I mean serious physical contact. And also spatial orientation. I mean, your world is going to be turned upside down when you are playing judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And that spatial orientation is really some very good experience. And you can see that happening in the video, the highlight video here for judo, right? People are just, getting thrown all over the place. And that happens with you as you develop your skills and get higher. So in addition to that, you get exposure and experience with dealing with people that might weigh twice as much as you. And this is really important, I think, for a kid to experience, so they're not shocked by that if they do have some kind of confrontation later in life. And of course they learn about leverage and they understand how that works. And they get to experience and feel the power of other people. Now, of course, they're developing their own skills, their own power and such, but the real thing here for kids especially is to experience the power, the weight, etc., the agility of other people so that they become familiar with it, so they're not shocked by it when they, or if they happen to experience it in any unfortunate experience, right? Or situation, I should say. So again, moving on, these are some of the things that I think are important that especially judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu bring to the table, and again, especially for kids. So as Ryuka and I discussed it, she revealed a bunch of things and we talked about the advantages of these things. Now, there are some others, like I happen to really like Tenshin Aikido, and shout out to Lenny Sly and the Rogue Warriors. They do a great job with videos and such. And there are some other ways, Tomiki style Aikido can give you some of the similar benefits and experiences, but it's just not as common to find that. And of course, there are some good MMA schools that give you more experience with that close contact, not just the striking. And then wrestling, so grappling experiences are really good. Again, you're getting that experience with dealing with someone's weight upon you and working with that. So anyway, especially for kids, one of the real great advantages, judo, you learn how to fall, and you really learn how to fall. You get live fire experience from the sparring and such, and this really makes the falling techniques part of your instinct, part of your natural reactions. And through all of that, through the judo practice and the sparring, you really build a strong body. Your body learns, internally also from the impact from the playing, you really develop a strong body, and that's largely due to the sparring. Many martial arts and combat sports have sparring, but I really think that the benefits from sparring in judo are a little bit more. There are some of these special advantages with, again, with acquiring the really good skills for falling. Now, as you get older, if you're not athletic and you're middle-aged or elderly, you're not athletically inclined, you're not in good shape, then it's a bit risky to play judo. So even for myself, I kind of prefer doing the BJJ now because I have less chance of injury. You know, judo is a tough, demanding sport, and it's a little bit more injury prone. If you're in good shape, no problem. You know, I wouldn't worry about it so much. But you know, just the odds are less getting injured doing something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. All right, so if you are, let's say you're not athletic, and maybe you're, you know, a little older, etc., I would suggest Aikido as a good way if you want to learn how to fall and you want to get some experience with falling. So I think Aikido, the other forms, not the Tenshin style or Tomiki, those are more physically demanding, maybe a bit too brutal for some people. But there are other styles that are really easier, and you can still get the exposure to the falling techniques, which I think are great for old and young. I think it's just a really helpful thing to know how to fall. I mean, it can really save you some trouble. Now, for toddlers, I mean, starting really, really young, even before you can walk, I think Brazilian Jiu Jitsu has some really good advantages here. In fact, I started my daughter first in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I'm actually a judo player. That's my favorite. But I started her first 1 year in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and then we added the judo a year later. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu it's easier and safer to play because you don't have the throwing and the falling. And so, you know, your kids grow up learning how to tumble, learning how to fall before they're really getting thrown at all. And so it's really good for that. And another really big advantage for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this might sound funny, but the fashion style thing, because you can wear different colored gis, and you can also, underneath the gi, underneath the uniform, you can wear a rash guard, which is, you know, or a t-shirt of any color. And this can be really motivating for kids or even adults. You know, if you're playing judo, you got to wear just blue or white and only a white t-shirt underneath. But the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's a lot more leeway there, and that can be fun. It can help to motivate your kids to practice. Okay, so these are my recommendations, my opinions. My daughter shares these actually, so you're going to hear my daughter talk about it, and you can see what a 15-year-old girl has to say after she's been playing judo for like 10 years, about 4 years of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We went to the same dojo. Shout out to Triforce in Gotanda, great dojo. They're really good with the kids, lots of kids. And my daughter and I both, we have experienced many dojos in Japan. So anyway, without further ado, let me let you speak to my daughter, or let me let you listen to my daughter and I discuss it. Okay, hope you enjoy it. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about martial arts and about why I started you with judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And we'll talk about what happened to mommy today in Aikido, right? And then we're going to compare those things, right?
Yes.
So you understand why, I told you before, right? Why I chose those martial arts for you, from when you started when you were like 4 or 5 years old,
Yeah.
right? Do you remember why? Can you tell me why?
Because it's for my protection. I think.
For your protection?
Yeah.
You mean like self-defense?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, so that's one good reason, right? Those are the best for self-defense, right? Better than karate or something, right? I mean, I know you want to always punch and kick people, but if somebody grabs you, you need to know what to do, right? So, but what were the other reasons? There were 2 other really important reasons, and there's more than just 2, but even more important than the self-defense. What did I tell you?
You mean that like
Speak
automatic?
louder. Speak up.
Automatic?
Well, yeah, automatic, right? So you automatically, your body knows how to react if someone grabs you. In fact, so you're not. If someone grabs you, it's not so shocking to you because you're fighting people grabbing you all the time.
Yeah, I was trained that
right?
way.
So you're trained that way. So
Yes.
your automatic reaction is not panic. Oh my God! No, right? no problem for you. But the other automatic stuff, what else is automatic for you?
What? Wait.
What?
What? You mean the thinking
I mean, not thinking.
body?
Yeah, what does your body do automatically? What did you learn?
Ukemi, you mean?
Ukemi, falling, right.
Falling.
Yes, right. So, I don't know if you even remember the story. You were in first grade and you were running and you tripped and went flying and you were so proud because you told me, Daddy, I put my hands out and I didn't hit the ground so hard and so you didn't get hurt.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yes.
So you learned how to fall and then so unfortunately, right, your mom just had a really bad injury in Aikido. So anybody thinks Aikido is not dangerous, it's not true. You can really get badly injured by a fall. But in this case, the style of Aikido that your mom is practicing, and most Aikido styles are like this, her practice, her ukemi practice, her falling practice, is not done under a real live combat situation, right? So her body doesn't really develop the automatic reaction to being thrown,
But
right?
she's always thinking, right?
Right. She's always thinking
how to do, like, she's always thinking what kind of ukemi should I do.
Right. Ukemi means falling technique, right? So she's always thinking because she's with a partner and she knows what's coming. The great thing about judo, you don't know what's coming, right?
Yes.
Right? You're trying to throw the other person and then suddenly they throw you.
So the body was more faster than the thinking. The body,
Exactly.
The body will automatically protect.
Right.
Try to protect the body.
Right. But your reactions.
Yes.
Right. So your reactions
faster
are
than the
fast.
thinking.
Right. Exactly. So you were doing judo for like almost 10 years, right? So if something happens to you, suddenly you get thrown, whether it's in an accident, you fall off a bicycle, a car accident, or someone attacks you, your reactions are automatic.
Yeah.
Your body is going to move in the right way to protect you when you fall. So that's a key point why I wanted to get you in the judo. So even in the Jujitsu, you learn, right? You practice the ukemi in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too, right? But in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all the fighting is on the ground. So you don't really get that live experience of being thrown and throwing, right? So that's a big difference. Otherwise, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it comes from Judo. So they're almost the same thing, right? On the ground, they're the same. But on the judo, you got the good practice for falling, which I think was great being a kid, right? So you never got injured. You never got any bad injuries falling down as a kid.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Well, that's true.
Of course, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Yeah. But yes, if you do a ukemi, then almost like. Sorry, I don't know how to say.
Almost I could say you negate the impact. You reduce any potential damage. You reduce the impact. We say dissipate, like we spread the energy, so your body doesn't feel it as much.
Yeah, like if you don't know a judo or jujitsu, like when you will get a very big injured. That I saw the people who don't know judo or jujitsu. When they fall down from the high place,
yes.
they can't do ukemi, then they will get, oh my God.
Yes, right. So, of course, falling is, a very dangerous thing, right? People get injured. In addition to that, your body became very strong from playing judo.
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's the point. Like.
That's the point you don't like.
Yeah, that's the point I don't like it. Because when I'm playing a judo for a very long time, so I have a strong body, but it's not like, maybe I have a strong body, but I don't have like a very slim body that I want. I want slim body.
Yeah, but that's because you're in Japan. Your body is like perfectly healthy. You have
Maybe
a good, nice shape, but it's just you feel
healthy,
it should be super skinny.
But if I play, I play judo too much, then my body will get strong, right? So my muscle will get bigger. So my shoulder or my back will be like
Right, right. So you
bigger
have
and
stronger
bigger.
shoulders and a stronger back.
That's the thing I don't like it for now.
I understand. I understand. But we can correct that with different kinds of training.
Yes, but true that judo and jujitsu make your body really strong than another people.
Yes.
Better
Than other
than
people.
not playing
Right.
judo people. Your body.
Right. It's very, very, right. Very good exercise, strengthening. Good to strengthen your bones and muscles.
Yes, it also gets your bones strong too.
Yes.
Yes, even you got throat, you will train to be like stand up very quickly because you always been throat.
Ah, yes, right. You know how to stand,
Yes.
get back on your feet quickly, yeah. And you don't panic when you get thrown.
Oh yeah.
If somebody throws you,
You'll
and
be
they
always be patient.
Yes. Right.
So that is a good thing
Right.
about judo.
It's the same thing, like for example, even like when you practice karate, like if you never practiced before, the first time somebody hits you, it's shocking, right?
Yeah.
But so that's a good advantage there too. So when you practice a striking art, you get used to being hit. Then you don't panic when you get hit, So that's an advantage there. Like there's, some judo players and such, they never did any striking, and then somebody hits them and they're panic. Anyway, okay, so that's good. That was a good conversation. Okay?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I feel so bad for your mom. She got badly injured
Yeah.
in Aikido, and again, maybe part of the reason is because she was trying to think, as she explained,
Yeah.
right?
So the body didn't move automatically.
Right. Right.
So it didn't protect very.
Right, exactly. She didn't have that experience when something unexpected happened, and she didn't have the reactions for it.
It was too subtle. So.
Yeah, it was too sudden for her. Right. Again, yeah, good advantage of judo. You don't have that kind of issue, really. Of course, people get hurt in judo too. You can still have a bad fall.
Of course.
Crazy things can happen, but the chances of it happening are less.
But if you don't want to play judo, just try to be challenged playing. If you have even a little experience that you have in judo, it will help.
Right. You know what? Like, actually, your uncles have a little experience in judo. When we were kids, all three of us, but I was the only one that stayed with it. But your uncles had a little bit, so they know the idea of how to fall, the falling techniques. And yeah, I think it's helpful. So,
what I really like about judo, that's when I was little, I always thought I want to play karate or kung fu more than judo.
Yes, right. We have some funny videos with us sparring.
Yeah, I really want. To be honest, I really want to learn karate kung fu, but
we can still do that.
Yes, but the judo is better than the karate. It's about like you will have a strong body.
Yes, right. For the conditioning, right?
So
the exercise.
Maybe
better.
if some karate people hit you, but the judo player body
care.
is so strong.
Right.
The body's muscle and bone is made of so strong. So
right. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. The judo player is so tough.
Yeah.
So strong. So yeah, it's they can take more punishment.
So if somebody even attacks us, but I don't really fear because I feel maybe no pain. So sometimes I feel, judo is very powerful in Budo.
Yes, right.
Powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Judo, or now it's actually the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which comes from the judo, is everybody says it's like the strongest martial art. But Judo is the same thing, like Ronda Rousey showed the world. So,
Yes.
But yeah, good point. Very good. Good conversation. It's nice to hear you speak positively about judo. I know you always complained about me making you do it.
Well, you
But I
know,
understand.
no.
I understand. It's good now you can look back at it and enjoy, right? You can look back and see the positive things. It's cool. That's good. Okay, all right, let me stop this video because we've been talking for
Yeah,
like
too
12
long.
minutes. Right.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I hope that helps people. So we really recommend Judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for your kids. It's really good, right? All right. Thank you for watching. We hope you subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.